or NACD Gwinnett County Branch for the July meeting. We're gonna first off, I want to thank you for being here because that's another thing. It's a good thing doing. So thank you for the work you're doing and for participating. We're gonna take a moment of silence, about a minute, and then we'll resume the meeting. That I missed. And we have basically our members here. Are everybody in here members? Everybody members? Okay, wonderful. So
Not yet.
not yet. Okay.
She came for the experience.
I may be, I can't remember.
That means no.
So
That seems I can't remember.
since you came in with a long time member and past EC officer, we'll call you a member adjacent. Okay. So we'll work on you becoming a member. So thank you for being here and participating. At this time, we'll have committee reports. So we have, I believe, on the Education Committee, FinFund Committee, any other committees represented here in the room? Just these two? Okay. Go ahead.
Well, wait a minute. All right. For time purposes, and so not to get long-winded, I'm gonna try to go over this pretty quickly. Our June 29th, 2026 education meeting was called to order by myself. As in all good things, to start in prayer, we start with a moment of silence to allow you to pray or to center yourself so that we can focus on the work at hand. So we started with a moment of silence. Following the moment of silence, the committee conducted roll call. Members were asked to come off mute and identify themselves. This meeting was held by Zoom. We started with old business. Chairman Cox noted that the committee did not hold a formal meeting the previous month due to Memorial Day weekend and limited attendance because there were no prior minutes to approve. Because of that, there was no prior minutes to approve. The committee moved directly into old business. The chair recapped April District 1 area meeting with new superintendent. Several members attended that meeting, including Reese Hyman, Dr. Shell, Ms. Hyman, Dr. Shell, Chairman Cox, and others. The superintendent superintendent presentation was described as brief, consisting of approximately 15 minutes of introduction and 15 minutes of questions, followed by a meet and greet for an hour and a half. So 15 minutes of discussion for presentation, 15 minutes of question, and then it adjourned. The main business topic was Senate Bill 82, also known as Local Charter School Authorization and Support Act. Chairman Cox explained that SB 82 affects how local school boards review and approve charter school petitions. The bill provides financial incentives for districts that approve charter schools and creates consequences for districts whose denials are overturned by the state. The committee discussed board members Rachel Stone's public statement regarding GCPS and the 2026 charter petition cycle. Of concerns include that the state offering $250,000 grants for approved charter petitions, the possibility of losing strategic waiver flexibility, and the lack of clear state guidance rubrics or training before penalties were introduced. The committee discussed both the possible benefits and risks of charter schools. Chairman Cox emphasized that charter schools are not inherently good or bad. Their impact depends on how they are used, whether they address unmet educational needs, and whether they improve outcomes for all students rather than creating separation or inequity. The key points discussed included charter schools may be useful when they address unmet needs such as dyslexia, autism, literacy recovery, dual language programs, chronic absenteeism, or specialized academic models. Charter schools should not simply duplicate programs already offered by GCPS, and charter schools should not become an escape route for more advanced families while leaving traditional public schools with greater concentration of students facing academic, behavioral, economic, language, or disability-related challenges. The committee expressed concerns that charter schools could contribute to economic, racial, language-based, or disability-based separation if not carefully monitored. The committee discussed the need for clear approval criteria, transparency, accountability, and measurable outcomes. Members also discussed possible conflicts of interest when decisions makers have ties to private or charter schools. We have a few members of the board who either, we have a member of the board who owns a private school, but is not running it at the moment. And we have an incoming superintendent who who started her own private school as well, and then went into public education. So just some information for that. The committee connected SB 82 to the Georgia Early Literacy Act, noting that charter schools could be evaluated based on whether they help advance literacy outcomes, particularly in promised schools communities. The Chairman Cox proposed that charter petitions should be reviewed through several tests: educational need, evidence of a proven or credible instructional model, literacy impact, equity and enrollment, retention and outcomes, fiscal responsibility, community impact, and accountability and measurable benchmarks. Just to wrap that up, I also pointed out to our committee that GSMST was a charter school, and that's the effective way to use a charter school. So when you know that there's an unmet need, and then you bring in someone who has the ability to create something that has a provable or can demonstrate excellence, you bring that in, and it went to being number 3 in the country at some point as a high school. And then we changed that from being a charter school to, a magnet school or something that we kind of made public, right? So there is a way to use charter schools. You can think of McClure for medicine. You could think of Seconder for AI, things like that, unmet needs and things that you want to point to something directly. So that's the way you don't bring in a charter school. Well, you can't even do it that way, right? I was going to say you don't bring in a charter school to duplicate another school. But if the other school is so far behind and so broken, and it's going to take a long time, if you can bring in a model that's different from and has the possibility to raise the area, then you can at least break it down so that it doesn't take as many cohorts to raise the other school back up. And you can also use that to get rid of some of the crowding and things like that might be going on. So if you can bring in a school that has a bit of rigor, has this particular way, speaking to a certain audience. Give you another example. I went to an all-boys school, and in the heart of Newark, right, where it was necessary to separate the boys from the girls and then give the boys exactly what they needed. Then, and it was in a monastery, so really unique situation. Then our sister school failed due to attendance and competition from other girls' schools. And the girls who wanted to remain independent petitioned our boys' school, and all of the alumni voted to allow those students to join our school, and we went co-ed. So if it's done properly, charter schools don't have to be a negative. It's intention is always intention, no matter what you're doing, right? So we'll move on from that. We do a lot of talking and discussion. Unfortunately, we weren't able to have a whole lot of actions, pointed actions to start with, because currently the superintendent's in listening mode. So we're trying to make sure we get in front of her so that she can listen to us as well. And then once they're put out a plan, we can try to see where we can fit in. We always believe that we may not be able to back you with every solution that you have, but there will be some solutions where we overlap and we can join in that solution set, right? And we can work where we can work. We know that just because we may not agree with your approach doesn't mean that it can't work. It just means that we don't feel like our effort behind that would make sense. So, having multiple solutions out there and finding one that finally works and then getting behind that makes a lot of sense. So we like to position ourselves to be able to do that. I think that's it in a nutshell. I did record the area meeting, and I played that recording as part of our main meeting, and also I critiqued it. So if you want to go back and look at that, it's there. And this month is usually the month where the school system starts to tell you what kind of direction they're going in. So when you look at the work session and you look at the business session, this is the month to really pay attention, right? Because they'll start telling you what last year was like and what they're planning on doing this year. So now it's time to start getting focused. And as I mentioned to some of the people that were in the room earlier, it's already kind of started for me. I've already started going to IEP meetings and things like that. So this is where it's starting to get started, and it gets really heavy at the beginning of school. So looking forward to you guys coming out, joining the committee, bringing your ideas, and choose one thing. Don't overload yourself. Choose one thing that you're concerned about, and you don't really have to do much. You can just monitor it if you need to, and provide the data for us to talk about and work on. Whatever your particular expertise is or passion is, if it's dyslexic kids, if it's special ed, if it's general ed, if it's school climate, discipline, whatever your focus is, we don't mind. We love to have you, and we entertain all perspectives. They will be challenged, but we entertain all perspectives, and then we'll move and back you if you want to try something, so long as you're willing to do the work. So, that's it for me. Any questions? Thank you.
All right, thank you. Second would be Cox and Education Chair. So we'll go on to the next report. So don't have a report for the Freedom Fund because we haven't met since our meeting falls on the second Monday. So that's this coming Monday. So we haven't met yet, but we will meet this coming Monday. But I did want to highlight that the tickets are out for sale. So please go and get your tickets, especially the tables. Now, the best deal is the tables because you can get the tables right now for $1,300. And that's 10 seats. So that's $130 per seat. Do the math. If you get 9 friends with you, then you could pull it together and buy the table. So keep that in mind. And the tickets are on at 150 early bird. So let's put that on our agenda calendar so we can get some tickets sold and fill out the place this year. We're still working on planning and finalizing the plans and organization, but everything is all set for us to have a wonderful time and take a moment to honor our kids who are about to go to AXO next week. Next week this time, they should be up there. We have 4 kids, right? So they should be up there. So that's great. We haven't. So we were in the national convention next week. Would be the second time we've been in AXO in 20 years, and we used to be the toast of the state. You know, so this is the beginning of us getting back there. So thank you to our AXO chair Shantae Stroud, who's been doing amazing work and get the kids involved. So last year we had 2. This year we got 4. You know, so let's keep adding up the numbers to have more kids going, so our kids can really get a true opportunity. I mean, it's amazing when you see all the kids working together. It's like hundreds of them, and they really get involved. You know, when our very best and brightest are able to come together and participate in our activities. With that said,
Hold up.
Mhm.
Can you tell me where what schools the students are from?
I don't have the list. Do you know what the school? Okay, President Paul is going to come up and he's going to talk more about it. But I wanted to highlight the national convention. But go ahead.
I got a question. You talked about the Freedom Fund.
Mhm.
Who's the speaker this year?
So our speaker this year is, give me her name again, because she's with the Tasha Brown. She's with the Black Lives Matter. Black Voters Matter. I'm sorry, and I should know. Yes,
And another question.
sure.
How was the food last year?
It was off the chain.
Ah, and
Okay.
was the event sold out?
It was not sold out.
How close to sold out?
About, I think, what 80%. I think we got about 80% of people that we want to see.
And where's the event held?
Same place, same beautiful location, Buford Community Center. I went there last week to make sure, you know, because the person in charge is going to be away for a couple of months. So I went and met with her before she left to make sure that everything was set and good to go, and we're in good shape.
And we will be able to use that huge staircase to take a picture of everybody that comes to the event so we can have a big community picture.
You know what? You're touching a sore point, because last year I wanted to take pictures there and I missed out on it.
That's why.
But yes, it's a beautiful stairway when you go up. Very beautiful. The whole place is gorgeous. You can take pictures outside and inside, but it's yes, you will be able to.
Who's catering food, since we asked questions?
Yeah, right.
So the food is being catered by two wonderful. David is the chef. Chef David. So he's amazing. But him and his brother, they do an amazing job. Came to food. There were people that are embarrassed to go get seconds because they felt they were being greedy. We were like, no, come on, have some more. There's plenty of food. But he made sure that we had lots of food for the night. So come on down.
Same chef from last year?
Same chef, Chef David.
That way people know who attended. The food was excellent.
Uh-huh.
Same chef.
How many of you were there last year? There you go. Well, that's about most of you in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know, so
And last question from me.
mhm.
Are we providing to-go plates or can you bring your own? Because we had a lot of food left over.
So last year the chef did have to go plates. I'll make sure that, you know, to check with him to see if he's gonna do the same again, because he was inviting people to come and grab the food. So yes, so there's nothing he's gonna do with it because it's just gonna get tossed out and spoiled anyways. So come on, have a great time. Talk to your people about it. It's a great venue, a great food. The speaker is going to talk about the most serious matters. We dodged a bullet, you know, with SCOTUS last week, birthright citizenship, but we got a whole lot more fighting to do, you know. So let's keep fighting. You know. So thank you for that. Anything else about Freedom Fund?
I can ask you another question.
Go ahead, sir.
Will you be selling Black historical artwork again?
So we're working on that. So yes, we still can, but there's other things we're included in that as well. So that will be finalized soon.
Okay. So bring extra money.
Bring extra money to help support the cause. Absolutely. Okay. All right, that's it for Freedom Fund. So, and I'm gonna turn it over to our president, who's gonna talk about EXO and some other stuff. Thank you.
Mhm. All right. Good evening, everyone. Thank everybody for coming out to tonight's general meeting. I don't think we got any more committee reports. A lot of my committee chairs are out on vacation. A couple of them already texted me, hey, I'm out of town, so I know how July is. I think next year we're gonna suspend general meeting in July. Because everybody kind of all over the place right now. But that's fine. Can I get a motion to accept the committee reports that's read and suspend the reading of the remaining reports?
I motion that the reports be accepted as read.
A second.
All right, motion given by Linda Tyler, seconded by Jacques LaRunna, our first VP. Any discussion? All right, all those in favor accepting the committee reports as read, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, it is unanimous. All right, so moving on to old business, our first VP kind of touched on it. So we do have our upcoming 117th National Convention in Chicago, Illinois this year. I know everybody getting on us about tickets to the Obama Center. They sold out and ACP ain't got no tickets. So if you're going to the convention, they will let you on the first 2 floors from what I was told, that's free. But the upper floors, you have to have tickets to see that, and they sold out for the next 6 months. So ain't no tickets for that. There are still tickets if you want to go to the convention. Go to the national website, which is www.nacp.org. And purchase your tickets to attend the convention. I think they may still have a few hotels available. I don't think they quite sold out on the hotels yet, but they get very close. If you plan on attending, especially if you're a member, let me know. I'll try to see if I can squeeze you in to be a delegate. It may be too late for the secretary to register, but maybe we can get you registered while I'm down there. So let me know. So far from our branch, we have 2 delegates that'll be attending, which is myself, as well as our EXO chair, Shantae Stroud. And for those who are new to the organization, delegates are those that get to vote on any new laws or bylaws or resolutions that the national NACP looks to adopt. I know we submitted an update to the bylaw on membership, and I'll be down there to represent our branch to get that change. And I can talk about that very briefly. Pretty much it was a resolution to allow the public to choose. We have 4 different life membership tiers. However, you're only allowed to pick one before you can go to the other. So the first one is silver, then it's gold, diamond, now platinum, I think is a new one. But if you wanted to just be a platinum member, you couldn't go straight to platinum. You had to pay off silver, gold, diamond, then pay off platinum. We feel like nobody's ever going to reach platinum because don't matter which tier you're in, you're a life member. So there's no incentive really to keep going up, at least not as of yet. So our resolution was to get rid of that stair-step method and just let people pick whatever life membership they choose. If they want to go straight to gold, they can go to gold. If they want to go straight to platinum, they can go to platinum. And then we're going to talk internally at the membership committee level about maybe offering some incentives if we get it changed to those extra tiers, even to our silver life members as well. So it's something for further discussion, and we'll get into that down the road if we can get it changed. But that's coming up from the convention. The convention dates is July 18th through the 22nd. So that's Saturday to that Wednesday. AXO starts on the previous Wednesday, which would be July 15th through the 19th, which is that Sunday. So the students, the 4 students that he mentioned that are going down there, will be going down there to compete during that time. And I think somebody asked me what school.
Yes,
What school? Let me see if I can pull that up. About 30 seconds and I'll tell you. Let's see. Oh, here we go. This is it. So one of them goes to Lanier High School, well, 2 at Lanier High School, 1 at Brookwood, and 3 at Lanier High School, 1 at Brookwood.
No second year this year?
No, nobody from second year this year. So those are our students. We look forward to them
look forward to them competing in the categories they're going to be competing. I guess I covered that too. Is original essay, 2 for original essay, 1 for film, and the other one for painting. And so the way our AXO competition works, for those who are not familiar, that's our art and STEM competition. And AXO, the acronym stands for Afro Academic, Cultural, Technological, I got a picture in my head to see it, Scientific Olympics. So it was started back in the 70s.
That's the Afro.
Huh?
That's the Afro.
Right, yes. And even though it's Afro academic, anybody can participate, regardless of racial background. Just want to put that there. But it was started by Vernon Jarrett as a way to get focus on academics. Of course, you know, we live in a time where all our African descent or Black students are always pushed to participate in athletics and treated differently in athletics. So he wanted to kind of shift the narrative without students being so focused on playing football. And there's nothing wrong with playing sports, but he didn't want that to be the central theme of our culture, because as segregation ended and we was integrated, that became the theme. And academics kind of got left behind. So he wanted to put focus back on academics, which is why he came up with this concept that the National NAACP has adopted and turned it into a competition. So, and a lot of, you know, famous people came out of AXO. I think Alicia Keys was one. Lauryn Hill was another one who I think she just get honored at BET Awards. Yeah, so she's one. So hopefully, you know, we had 2 students that competed last year. They didn't medal place last year, but we're hoping to have one of these 4, if not all, you know, place some medal this year. One thing that we learned from last year was to not to change up what got you to go at the local level, and that's how it works. Those who hit gold at the local level, they go on to the national competition. And all these students were gold medalists at the branch level. So we're looking forward to them competing, and hopefully, you know, regardless, it's a great experience whether you win anything or not. I think for anybody that's been, especially the 2 students that went last year, they'll tell you it was a great experience and something that they'll stick with them.
It's nationally televised as well.
Yes, it is nationally televised. It'll be on YouTube. I'll make sure our branch shares the link out so y'all.
Where is it?
Chicago.
It's gonna be in
Oh,
Chicago.
it is in Chicago. Okay.
So we'll make sure a link goes out to all our members, so that you all can watch it, because it's very good. Very well.
It's a similar production to the NAACP Image Awards.
Yeah, very simple. So that's pretty much it on the convention. Any other questions about that? We move on to new business.
Yeah. So did you see the part about when the kids were walking down the hallway and just chanting like a whole army of AXO kids?
Okay, so he's talking about the entrance when we came in.
Yeah.
So, yes, every year, as part of the AXO, the students come out with their banner from whatever branch they're representing. So we took pictures last year. If y'all go to our Instagram page, you have to scroll back pretty far last year because we put a bunch of stuff out there. But we got pictures from the competition last year where the students came out. So, and we'll have pictures this year. But like I said, if you watch it on YouTube, you'll see us that had a big AXO banner with our Gwinnett NAACP logo.
There's a little bit of performance in the entrance.
Yes.
Mhm.
One will come in like a second line.
Yes, they
I got the videotape some of it.
It's a nice thing to see for the kids.
All right. So if there's no other questions about the convention.
Oh, what about all their displays that
We're good. They can go watch. If y'all want to go watch, y'all go to the NAACP YouTube page. Not our page that you all that's at home watching online, but the national NAACP page. They have old clips from last year's AXO competition that you can go watch.
I mean, I can't like the kids, man. It's the kids.
We got it. But I will say for those because we're still looking for donations to support these students, please support by going to bit.ly/GNAACP AXO 26. I think I got the acronym right. Hold on. I'm gonna get it right because I'm mixing it up with our freedom fund. I don't want to mess it up. So give me about 30 seconds and I'll tell you. This is okay, I got it. So it's bit.ly/donate 2 AXO. So there's bit.ly/donate 2 AXO, ACTSO. If you all out there want to donate and support those students as they head off to the national competition. That being said, I'm gonna move on to our next agenda item for new business. So we did have NACP night at Universal Soul Circus on June 27th. So members got 25% off. We sent out a link for you to buy your tickets and attend. I want to thank all of the members that did come out, bring their families out to enjoy it. It was a great event. We posted pictures again on social media for you all to watch. I want to thank Universal Soul Circus for doing that for us. They did give us a few complimentary tickets that some of our executive committee members took advantage of. So once again, I want to thank them for partnering with us to help promote that event. And this is our first time doing that because I think they started it with Atlanta and then they came to us in Gwinnett, and I think they're going to be either doing Henry and DeKalb next, having an NACP night. So we look forward to partnering with them again next year to promote that event. Any questions about that? Okay. All right. So our next agenda item is the upcoming branch elections. So I know it's an election year for your elected officers, so your governor, secretary of state, all of that. However, it's also election year for all of the officers of the NACP. And this is not only Gwinnett, this is across the country. Our terms are every 2 years. So this is an election year for that. And let me pull up a little information about the upcoming meetings and what that will entail. First of all, I want to say that the election for us will be in November. We have not set a date yet. Our August meeting, which will be next month, we'll set a date for the election in November, but it will be sometime in November. We'll get notices out for anybody that wants to run for office. That'll get sent out, I think sometime between that August meeting and the September meeting. There are criteria that you have to meet to be eligible to run for an elected office, and that'll be in that email. September meeting will be the meeting we will formulate our nominating committee. That committee will be responsible for overseeing the nominations that come in from people that want to run for office, as well as conducting any interviews. The nominating committee responsibility will be to nominate who they want to put in those positions, and then they'll take nominations from the floor, which will take place at the October meeting. However, any documentation that you would like to send, if in the event you can't be at the October meeting to present that documentation, you will be sending that to the nominating committee prior to that October meeting, or on the day of the October meeting if you're present. So we'll put out some additional rules. The October meeting will be the report from the nominating committee of the slate candidates that they want to serve as the different officer positions. And the officer positions, just to go through that briefly, is of course my position is president, first vice president, second vice president. I think right now we have 4 at-large members. Also a secretary, assistant secretary, treasurer, and assistant treasurer. Those are the officer positions within the branch. The October meeting, like I said, the nominating committee will get a report on the slate. They can pick the people that are currently in office if they so choose, or they can go a different direction, and then they'll accept any nominations that may have came in and been approved by the secretary. At that particular meeting, there also will be a formulation of the election supervisory committee. That committee would consist of consist of 5 people that will be responsible for running the election. They will be your go-to if you do not receive the ballot the day of the election. So their emails will be sent out so that you all can email them in case there's an issue with your ballot the night of the election. But they'll also be the ones communicating with the national office of all of the eligible candidates that will be running for office. The election will take place using Election Buddy, which is our digital system to place the election. You'll either get a text message or email. In order to be eligible to vote in the election, you have to be a member at least 30 days before the election takes place. So that's just a FYI. And that's pretty much it about the branch election. Any questions on that? I will say we typically in the past, we historically have always kept the elections on a Saturday. So I will say it probably gonna take place, on a Saturday. We try, and definitely not. I think one year we did do it the same day as the political elections. Again, I wasn't one of the members that voted for that, and I wasn't even present at the time. But I will say, I feel like Saturdays are best because people pay attention to stuff on the Saturdays, not doing a work week. So we'll try to make sure that it is open on Saturday. I feel like Saturdays are just best to do those type of elections. If there's no questions about that, I'm gonna move on to the next agenda item. I'm gonna kind of jump around really quick. So we did touch on the Freedom Fund banquet. The only thing I will say is, please get your tickets for the banquet. If you are an active member, you do get 20% off those tickets. If you're not an active member and want to join on our website, and the link I'm gonna share in just a moment, we do have the option for you to purchase a ticket, get a discounted rate off the ticket, as well as it gives you a 12-month membership. So you can purchase a ticket to the banquet, get that discount, plus have a 1-year membership with our branch. So the website you'll go to is bit.ly/FFB 2026. So again, it's bit.ly/FFB 2026. I'm gonna ask Jock, real quick.
Will you repeat it one more time?
Check my.
Please.
Yeah, it's bit.ly. So bit.ly/FFB 2026. 1 second. This one.
Oh, you can-
Just make sure I got that.
Okay.
Click on comment. And I'm just having the first VP make sure they don't comment.
Yeah, it's just thinking too. Okay.
Let me know if there's any comments coming from. Check, or anything I need to address that they may have asked, because folks, I keep forgetting people are watching online as well.
Okay, no comments.
Okay, no questions, okay. So, the banquet, as stated earlier, will take place at the Buford Community Center on September the 19th. It started at 6 o'clock. So please come out. It's a great event. Of course, every NAACP branch does Freedom Fund banquets to support the work that we do. To help pay for stuff like our StreamYard account, Microsoft account, all the different stuff we need to do to work, as well as any community activities that we're doing, stuff that we sometimes do with AXO. So again, definitely come out, support, get your ticket. Like I said, if you're a member, discount code, contact the secretary, info@gwinnettnacp.org, and she will verify that your membership is still active and send you that discount code to get your discount when you purchase your tickets. So just email her, info@gwinnettnacp.org. She'll validate that your membership is still active, send you the code so you can get your tickets at that discounted rate. I will say we will need volunteers for the banquet, so a link should go out within the next week or so for volunteers. Volunteers do get an extra special discount. We'll need volunteers to help set up and break down